The NBA postseason begins tonight on Tuesday. I don't know if we can say playoffs quite yet because these teams have to win just to make the 16-team playoff, which starts Saturday. But it is the postseason, and no matter how you cut it, these are very important games, must-win situations here on the rise in the next couple nights. I'm going to break down both Western Conference playoff games or postseason games, play-in games, if you will, between the Lakers and Pelicans, and also the Warriors Kings tonight on Tuesday. All that information. Also going to let you know where the public is on these games. A little NBA playoffs fade the public edition starting up right now here free for you on this channel. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, back here on WagerTalk TV. And by the way, if you're finding these little NBA previews useful each and every day, let me know in the comments below, and I'll keep them coming the next couple months during the entire playoffs. Planning on doing these quick hitter videos, giving you analysis of all the playoff games this entire postseason. So once again, comment below. Let me know if you're finding it useful, and I'll keep it coming for you each day here on WagerTalk TV. Thumbs up, like, also goes a long way to helping out keeping this content free on the channel. Well, let's start off with the big game at 7:30 Eastern. Just a quick reminder, if you don't know how the NBA playoff formats work the last few years, we have a play-in round. This isn't really the playoffs yet. It's the postseason. The top 8 teams don't automatically make it anymore. The top 6 teams from each conference make it. The 7th and 8th team each have to win a game to get in. So the winner of this 7-8 game automatically gets the 7 seed. The loser gets one more chance on Friday, and they will play the winner of the 9-10 game, which is Warriors Kings, and the winner of that gets the 8 seed. So yeah, the 7-8 game, they only have to win once out of 2 chances. The 9-10 teams have to win both games, and that's how it works. Pelicans could have given themselves a top 6 spot had they just beaten the Lakers this past Sunday at home. They'd be locked in, wouldn't be playing Tuesday night, but they couldn't get it done. In fact, for the third time in 4 meetings this year, the Lakers won rather easily, 124-108. Lakers have won by double digits in 3 of the 4 meetings this year. The other one, the Pelicans, won by 20 at home. But LA has somewhat dominated this series. LeBron had a great game. Anthony Davis is listed as questionable. We all know he's going to play. In fact, he said he will 100% play. One great thing about the postseason is we don't have to worry about load management and star players sitting out unless they really are injured. Speaking of injuries, Brandon Ingram came back after missing 12 games for the Pelicans, and he is a key player. Limited minutes, played okay. I think they're still trying to work him into the lineup. That's probably one of the reasons they didn't play better and win that game to garner a top 6 position. The question becomes, though, can they work him in now with just one day of practice and rest? Will they be a better team? One thing is certain, the public is heavy on the Lakers. And yes, the Lakers do qualify as a public underdog. And I always look to fade public dogs. If you're looking to fade the public in this game, New Orleans is the contrarian call. And the Pelicans were the better team overall this season. In fact, as a 7 seed, it's really remarkable. They were one of the top 6 net point differentials in the entire NBA, and they're only the 7th seed in their own conference. So yes, they are better than their overall 49-33 record. They were actually stronger on the road this year, though. 28 and what was their record? 28-14, I believe, on the road. 28-15 actually. 28-15 straight up on the road. Just 21-19 at home. So not a lot of home court advantage, and they were just 20-20 against the spread as opposed to 23-18 against the spread on the road. So not much of a home court edge here, especially since the Lakers just played here Sunday. They remain in town. Lakers, by the way, 21-21 straight up on the road versus 27-14 at home. So Lakers were a better home team than on the road, but Pelicans not much of a home court advantage, and that's why we see them as just a 1-point favorite here heading into Tuesday's big game. Once again, the public is on the Lakers. I usually like to fade these public dogs, but it does concern me that New Orleans could not step up and beat the Lakers 3 of the 4 times they lost by double digits this season. As far as the total in this game, we've seen substantial money on the under in both games for Tuesday. Both opened around 228. Both are down to 223.5. Kind of makes sense because playoff basketball, postseason basketball, does have more defensive intensity. In fact, over the last several decades, NBA playoff games are several points lower scoring on average than the regular season games. And this is obviously not a must-win because the loser does get a second chance on Friday, but it's obviously a critical game, and that's why we've seen some money coming on the under. Public is actually on the over in this game, and once again, it's hard to disagree, though. That game on Sunday had 232 points. When they played back in February in LA, we saw 261 points. New Orleans only win back in December on New Year's Eve. We saw 238 points. And then the first game in December, the Lakers won that one at home by 44 points. They put up 133 on their own. That one stayed right around the 232 mark, but once again, it was a blowout, so not many points down the stretch. So once again, all 4 games would have easily gone over this total. So yes, I know it's the playoffs, but it's been bet down quite a bit. Public likes the Lakers and the over. Hard to necessarily disagree with either one of those based on how the regular season matchups played out. All right, your other game is the 9-10 game, and this is a must-win situation at 10 o'clock Eastern between Golden State and Sacramento. By the way, both games tonight and tomorrow are on TNT and True TV. All these play-in games on TNT and simulcast on True TV. Kind of like the NCAA tournament where they were broadcasting the games, and this is basically an NCAA tournament game because it's a win and a go on, lose, you're out. And it's the win and go on. I got to win again on Friday. And the public likes the Warriors here. This line opened 1. It's been bet up to 2.5, and we're starting to see a lot of threes pop late Monday night into Tuesday morning. And it's hard to disagree with that. I know it's a very public side here, but Golden State was great down the stretch. This is a team that underachieved the vast majority of the season. That's why they're the 10 seed, but they're 10-2 straight up their last 12 games. And they've also been one of the better road teams in the league this year. Despite being only a 10 seed, they're 25-16 straight up on the road. And it's amazing that they're so good on the road because last year was one of the most extreme home-road dichotomies we've ever seen. Golden State very strong at home, weak on the road. Now this year they're actually better on the road, 25-16, than they are at home where they're just 21-20. More importantly, they're a fantastic spread team on the road, 27-14, best point spread team on the road this season. And yes, they're a dangerous 10 seed. Keep in mind, they just won the World Championship 2 years ago. Nuggets won it last year. The year before, the Warriors won their seventh overall title. And they got a lot of the same pieces from all those championship teams over the last decade. Curry put up 50 points in Game 7 last year against the Kings. If you recall, Sacramento won Games 1 and 2 at home. Warriors, once again, were awful on the road last year. Golden State got back on track at home, winning 3 straight. At home, 2 more. On the road, they won, lost Game 6, and then won Game 7 at Sacramento. So Golden State has shown the ability to step up against the Kings, and while they're playing excellent basketball, the Kings have really faltered. Sacramento was in a top 6 position just a few months ago, but down the stretch here, they've gone just 4-7 straight up their last 11. They are really struggling straight up, and that's another reason we see a lot of public money, but also some sharp money, I think, coming on the Warriors. It's definitely a one-sided game. The line has climbed from 2.5 up to 3 early Tuesday morning, but once again, it's hard to fade the Warriors in a basic straight-up win situation against the Kings. It just hasn't proven they can step it up when they need to in the postseason. Of course, Sacramento's defense the last several seasons has been subpar as well. But as I mentioned earlier, heavy money still on the under, 228.5. It's been bet down to 223.5 here. But once again, the regular season meeting's fairly high scoring. I will point out, though, 5 of those 7 playoff meetings last year in the first round did stay under the total. But these games have been pretty high scoring this year. In fact, the January and November 2 most recent meetings, 267 points, 247 points. But keep in mind, 3 of the 4 meetings, the first 3 meetings this season, all occurred in October and November. Golden State obviously playing much better defense and much better basketball overall since those earlier meetings. By the way, the team split out 2-2, 2 straight up wins for each team in the regular season this year. All right, that's a quick look at the 2 games, the 2 play-in games for you on this Tuesday. By the way, the over in the Golden State game is also getting some public love. Public's on the over in both games, and they're on the Lakers and the Warriors. I will continue to give you the public data each and every day when it's available, and also let you know where I have leans, other analysis to help you win here in the NBA postseason. If you're finding these quick hitter videos useful, do me a favor, comment below. Let me know if you want to see more of them, and I'll keep them coming. I'll do it for the Eastern Conference on Wednesday. By the way, normally you would have the 7-8 games from both conferences tonight, but the reason the Philadelphia game against Miami is not taking place is because the Philadelphia Flyers already have a game scheduled for Philly in the same arena, so that had to bump the Sixers game to tomorrow night. So we're getting both Western Conference games here tonight on Tuesday instead. Hey, also comment below and let me know who you like tonight, and start including some futures plays for the NBA playoffs. You know, I've actually got an advanced best bet for this Saturday loaded right now. I also have a strong play-in best bet for this opening round available on my page. There's 2 strong NBA best bets for my clients have already been released at WagerTalk.com. Go get those right now. You can get them on an individual basis. You can also get a full month. You can get the NBA playoff special the next 2 months. Works out to only about $4 per play. And you might want to consider that because nobody has won more money in the history of WagerTalk.com in the NBA than I have. Number 1 ranked all-time units won in the NBA. And oh yeah, number 1 again this season in the NBA as well. Last year was fantastic. 40 net games above 500 for 2023, including 29-17, 63% ATS in the NBA playoffs last year. I love the playoffs. I honestly believe it's probably the most consistent moneymaker in all of sports for the last 30 years since I became a professional handicapper in the 1990s. A lot of the angles, situational analysis that I used 30 years ago still works. It works year after year because of these 7-game series. We get so much data. We get so much situational analysis to use. And the odds makers and the public still over-adjust from one game to the next. We step in. We find the right spots. And that's why I went 63% against the spread, 29-17 last year in the playoffs, which is part of my #1 ranking in the NBA all time at WagerTalk.com. If you want to get that NBA special, or if you want just the single plays, once again, strong best bet for tonight in the play-in round, and also an advanced play for this weekend are both loaded for my clients. And don't forget about baseball as well. In fact, free plays and best bets on a 70% run as we head into Tuesday. Don't forget about those free plays. I post free plays each and every day on my page with analysis. Check it out right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. Follow me on Twitter and X as well at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter and X. Don't forget to also post free plays throughout the week on Instagram, so follow me on IG along with Wager Talk. And don't forget, comment below if you want to see more of these videos. I read all the comments. I reply back. Who do you like tonight? Throw in some player props as well. Let's get those rolling here. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. Thumbs up, like, and don't forget, hit subscribe and click the bell as well so you know when these daily NBA videos go up each and every day here throughout the playoffs so you can win and learn and earn here on Wager Talk TV. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, with a preview for the Eastern Conference. And be sure to stay tuned right here to Wager Talk TV for more great baseball and basketball preview videos coming up next.